I'm Bob Palmer, a professor in the School of Meteorology and Executive Director of the Advanced Radar Research Center here at OU. So this year I was awarded the IEEE Fellow level, which means there's 0.1% are nominated every year or elected to the level of Fellow in the IEEE, which is the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers Society. So it's the largest society for electrical engineers. 2 years ago I was also elected a Fellow of the American Meteorological Society. So I think I'm most proud of bringing those two disciplines together. Try to bring engineering solutions to the observations of weather, and that's what we do in my center, the Advanced Radar Research Center. Fellow of any society it's an honorary award just that recognizes your service to the society and your achievements in that particular discipline. My first reaction when I was selected as IEEE Fellow was surprise. Because although I have my PhD in electrical engineering, I've been studying the weather and the atmosphere and turbulence and all sorts of sort of esoteric ideas to engineers for the past 25 years. And I was elected AMS Fellow 2 years ago, but I really never thought I would become an IEEE Fellow just because it is a purely engineering society. So my reaction was surprise, and I was happy, of course. And you might wonder, why is a professor in meteorology getting elected to IEEE Fellow? Well, I actually have my PhD in electrical engineering and have studied radar observations of weather in the atmosphere for 25 years now. So from training, I am an electrical engineer, and that's part of the reason I was nominated and elected to the grade of Fellow. The study of the atmosphere is naturally dependent on instrumentation. I mean, we have a whole course and practically a curriculum on instrumentation in the meteorology program. It's just so crucial. And one of the most important instruments, especially for severe weather, is radar. And that's because radar can penetrate inside a severe storm and see the inner structure and dynamics of the storm. There's really no other instrument that can do that. And so that's why I mentioned that meteorologists need to appreciate the measures that go into designing and building an advanced radar system. It's something that we can really give meteorology students here. So we have the National Weather Center, and right next door we have the Radar Innovations Lab, which is where my center lives. In here we're developing the latest and greatest weather radars in the world. And we have meteorology students in this building sitting side by side with electrical engineers, learning what they're doing and helping. In the same respect, I think it gives electrical engineering students an application of their skills which they can be very proud of. When you're helping people directly, like when you're doing observations of severe weather, you get a pride that sometimes engineers don't get because they're working on a small gadget or some other instrument or something. But whenever you're developing something that's going to be used to really save lives, we're really proud of that. So I'm very proud of the program. I came to OU School of Meteorology 12 years ago now, and one thing that really attracted me to it was the fact that meteorology grew out of engineering physics department 50 years ago. And so if you look at the curriculum that is in meteorology at OU, it has a very engineering flavor in the first couple of years with all the same math and physics that the engineers take. So it's actually, those two disciplines are pretty similar for at least the first 2 years of the bachelor's degree. Because of that is part of the reason why we set up a minor in electrical engineering for meteorology majors. So we're probably one of the only universities in the country that have that. In addition, if students are interested in some engineering aspects and science aspects, many of my electrical engineering graduate students will take many meteorology classes. So as part of their curriculum, I ask them to take the same meteorology classes that the meteorology grad students take, because they need that background to really appreciate what they're studying. In addition, I have had, I think over the years, about 5 PhD students that have done PhDs in meteorology, but at the same time got a master's degree in electrical engineering. And that's because we are in this nexus between two disciplines. You have to appreciate what the engineers do, and the engineers have to appreciate what the meteorologists do.